Today, June 21st, is the International Yoga Day. In Andhra Pradesh, a largest gathering was convened at Vishakhapatnam in a stretch of 26 kilometers from RK Beach to Bogapuram. More than 3 lakh participants have participated in Vishakhapatnam and more than 2 crore 40 lakh registrations for this yoga celebrations. Andhra Pradesh government is going to be in the Guinness World Records and also broke multiple records as it is considered as the world's largest participation of people on a single day with respect to yoga. In 2014, United Nations have announced June 21st as the International Yoga Day. This is the 11th edition of International Yoga Day. This year's theme was Yoga for One Earth, for One Health. Highlights the deep interconnection between all living beings and the planet. Prime Minister Modi ji also attended largest yoga gathering in Andhra Pradesh, Vishakhapatnam, and India is using this yoga as a soft power to connect with the other parts of the world. Yoga is a interconnection between body, mind and soul. It's good for spiritual health, mental health and physical health. And beyond all these things, yoga transcends beyond regions, religions and other human disparities. So, let's celebrate Yoga Day together. The next important news today. Summer solstice marks the longest day of the year. The summer solstice marks the longest day of the year and usually falls between June 20th to June 22nd. The summer solstice 2025 in the northern hemisphere will occur, that is, have occurred on Friday, June 20th, and in our Indian Standard Time, it is June 21st. The term solstice comes from the Latin word sol means sun and sister means to stand still or stop. This astronomical event takes place twice a year, once in the northern hemisphere between June 20th to June 22nd and once in the southern hemisphere between December 20th to December 23rd, depending on the calendar and the time zone. During the June solstice, the North Pole tilts most directly towards the sun, while the South Pole leans farthest away. This tilt causes areas north of the equator to experience daylight lasting longer than 12 hours, while those south of the equator have shorter days. It's very important. Coming to the other news, Pakistan nominated Donald Trump for 2026 Nobel Peace Prize over India-Pak conflict role. Donald Trump in his social media post Truth said that many liberals are getting Nobel Peace Prizes but he is not getting. By this time he should have got 4 to 5 Nobel Peace Prizes according to him, particularly with respect to India, Pakistan and with respect to other disputes. Recently, Pakistan Army Chief Asim Munir visited America and Pakistan proposed Nobel Peace Prize for Donald Trump. Okay, this is a big thing that is going on in news and Donald Trump is also expecting the prize but he is not getting. Already American previous president in 2009, Barack Hussein Obama got Nobel Peace Prize, but he is a Democrat. Next important news, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited to become the first public sector undertaking to build rockets for ISRO. For the first time in Indian space history, a defense PSU, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, will get the complete technology to build an Indian rocket. In Indian National Space Promotion and Authorization Center in Space and the other organizations now are collaborating with HAL to build rockets. It's very important. So HAL is going to build rocket for ISRO. The next important news from the Hindu newspaper today, will consider diplomacy if aggression stops. Iran. See, Israel made a preemptive strike on Iran 8 days back. Now many countries are asking Iran to solve the issue through diplomacy. Iran is telling that I will consider diplomacy only once aggression stops. Only once attacks stops. I will consider diplomacy only once aggression stops. Tehran is ready to consider diplomacy again only once Israel's aggression is stopped. Iranian foreign minister recently said in Geneva with his European counterparts on Iran's nuclear program. Iran is ready to consider diplomacy once again, and once the aggression is stopped, the aggressor is held accountable for the crimes committed. So, Iran is telling, unless an aggression is stopped, we are not going to consider any diplomacy. Next important news, Operation Sindhu. Operation Sindhu. Iran allows Indian evacuation flights amid Israeli strikes. Amid escalating conflict and continuing airstrikes by Israel, the Iranian government said that it had agreed to open its otherwise closed airspace to facilitate chartered flights carrying about 1,000 Indian nationals back to India. The returning Indians are being brought back through flights. Most of them are students. There is Operation Sindhu. And you all know Godavari Banakacharla river linking project issues between Andhra and Telangana. Chief Minister of Telangana, Revanth Reddy, has expressed his readiness to hold talks with the APCM Chandrababu Naidu on the interstate river water dispute, particularly over the controversial Banakacharla project. So, it seems that Andhra Pradesh government sent a pre-feasibility report without taking the consent of Telangana. Central government is also asking both the states to talk before any approvals. For that reason, AP and Telangana might conduct talks on Godavari Banakacharla linking issue. And next important news is, as today is Saturday in Hindu paper, we have a very big article called Ground Zero. Sowing seeds of mistrust in Assam. In every Saturday, a full page article will be given in Hindu. Every Saturday, a full page article will be discussed in Hindu. In this article, sowing seeds of mistrust in Assam. The Muslim majority district of Dhubri in Assam. In Assam, there is a district called Dhubri, which is a Muslim majority district. Close to Bangladesh border, has remained largely calm till recently. This month, however, a cattle body parts were allegedly found in that place near Hanuman temple. It sparked communal violence, communal tensions between Hindus and Muslims. So there is a communal violence, communal mistrust in Muslim majority district of Dhubri in Assam. So develop the story, read the story. Whenever Ground Zero article is given, whenever they give a Ground Zero article full page, you have to read about that. Coming to the Hindu paper editorial today. See, this article is always considered as editorial article. This article here is considered as editorial. So in this article, no fetters. No fetters. In Thug Life case, court upholds certified films against extrajudicial bans. In Thug Life case, court upholds certified films against extrajudicial bans. I will explain you what is this. See, once a movie gets CBFC certification, if people are against it, if mob is against it, if film associations are against that, still screening of the movie should be a priority. Kamal Haasan acted Thug Life movie, was an actor in Thug Life, and the movie was released on June 5th. Before this movie release, in an audio launch, Kamal Haasan spoke about Kannada language hurting the sentiments of Karnataka people. And he said, Karnataka, that is Kannada, got originated from Tamil. Kannada people got angry on this statement. They started protests. They asked apologies from Kamal Hassan, but Kamal Hassan have not relented. The case went up to Supreme Court, and Supreme Court said once the movie got CBFC certification, the state should screen it. It is up to the people to watch the movie or not. It is up to the people whether they'll go to the movie or not. That's a different issue. Rule of law should prevail over vigilantism and mob violence. In ensuring the screening of the film Thug Life, Kamal Hassan plays the lead role. Kamal Hassan is playing the lead role in Thug Life movie. The Supreme Court has unequivocally asserted a fundamental free speech principle that certified films cannot be stifled by protests or a recourse to hurt sentiments. Following Mr. Kamal Hassan's comment in a pre-launch event, the Kannada was born from Tamil. The case went up to Supreme Court. The Supreme Court have given direction to release the movie. Okay, so this is the thing. Next important news. In the editorial page, the lead article is written by Sonia Gandhi. In the editorial page, the lead article is written by Sonia Gandhi. It is still not too late for India's voice to be heard. It is still not too late for India's voice to be heard. On June 13th, 2025, the world has once again witnessed the dangerous consequences of unilateral militarism when Israel launched a deeply troubling and unlawful strike against Iran and its sovereignty. The Indian National Congress has condemned these bombings on Iran and targeted assassinations on Iranian soil, which represent a dangerous escalation with grave regional and global consequences. As with so many Israelis' recent actions, including its brutal and disproportionate campaign in Gaza, this operation was executed with utter disregard for civilian lives and regional stability. So, you all know that India's voice to be heard. India should take a strong stand with respect to certain issues. India should not play a role of silent spectator. Instead, India should become a world leader by taking a strong stand wherever atrocities were committed. So, it can be issue based. Here, Sonia Gandhi is talking about previously how the Indira Gandhi government and the present INC have taken a stand when atrocities were committed. So, it might be Israel, it might be Iran, or it might be America. Whenever there is an atrocity, there is a need to strong condemnation of it. Next, there is an article, Quantum Challenge. Scientists from IIT Delhi and DRDO recently demonstrated a key advance in quantum cybersecurity. See, if you want to keep certain secrets, till now we used to have mathematical formulas. Now, new technology is coming up, quantum cybersecurity, that stands to revolutionize how the world will communicate in the future. The world's secrets are currently stored and communicated via channels that are protected by difficult mathematical problems. Over the years, an increasing amount of computer power available to certain actors has forced these problems to become difficult and uncrackable. So now, using quantum cybersecurity techniques through supercomputers, now we can maintain encrypted messages and secrets which can be understood only through that advanced technology. But the thing is, India recently launched few years back National Quantum Mission in 2023 with an outlay of around 6,000 crores. But the thing is, we have to make a lot of advancements with respect to quantum technology so that we can also go with quantum cyber security. So this is a news that is coming up in the Hindu paper. Coming to the other important news. Shubhanshu Shukla's Axiom 4 mission to the ISS put off again. See, Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla is all set to go to International Space Station through Axiom 4 mission. Due to various reasons, the Axiom 4 mission is being postponed all the time. NASA have put off the launch of Axiom 4 mission, carrying Indian astronaut Group Captain Subhanshu Shukla and 3 others to the International Space Station, saying it required additional time to evaluate operations and to evaluate certain technical issues. The Axiom 4 mission was targeting a June 22nd launch after being put off multiple times due to the leak in the boosters of SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket and bad climate, etc. So again, Axiom 4 mission was being postponed. Center forms panel to review competitive exams, cut dependency on coaching centers. The Union Education Ministry has constituted a panel headed by Higher Education Secretary Vinit Joshi. See, with respect to NEET, even with respect to UPSC, unless you go even JEE entrance, unless you go to coaching, it's very difficult to crack. So the thing is, questions are highly advanced. Questions are highly technical. So those who practice well and those who attend enriched classes, they only can pass. If you see, even Tamil Nadu, most of the rural students who are talented, they could not pass the exam of NEET because of lack of proper facilities in Tamil language and other languages. For that reason, Center formed panel, Union Education Ministry, to make the competitive exams accessible to all students irrespective of coaching. So this is the idea behind that. Let's see how it is going to come up. These are the important news for today. So every day you are expected to read newspaper properly.